Academy. Just wanted to let you know that next week we'll be running a webinar on Tuesday, the 14th of March at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time on the super reforms and SMSF trust deed updates. Now, we get a lot of questions at the moment around the impact of the reforms, but more importantly, whether our SMSF client trust deeds need to be updated. Now, we have these once in a decade type reforms, so this is the right question to be asking given the significance of the reforms, in particular when we think about the introduction of the transfer balance cap and the changes to contributions and the like. So what we're going to do in this upcoming webinar is help to disseminate what the impact of these reforms will mean on your SMSF trust deed. Now, whilst most of the reforms are impacting the Income Tax Assessment Act, that in itself doesn't mean that the reforms aren't impacting trust deeds. Broadly speaking, the deeds can give more consideration to the application of the SIS Act and SIS regulations than they do to the Tax Act and those regulations. But there are some important terminologies that need to be incorporated. There are certainly changes around some estate planning circumstances that need to be considered, the way in which pensions are paid, eligibility to contributions, and much more. So this webinar is going to help you understand when and why you might be doing that upgrade, and whether you may look to just use the technology that we now have in play to actually go ahead and bring some uniformity into that trust deed that you actually have inside your practice. So I'm bringing in my business partner, Ian Glenister, SMSF specialist and estate planning lawyer. He and myself and also another SMSF specialist lawyer, Chris Hill, have spent about 4 days on updates to the trust deed to make sure that it is ready both now and for the reforms from the 1st of July 2017. So we're going to share with you what the impact of those changes are, what it means in the deed, but most importantly, helping you to continue to be strategic in the way in which you not only look at strategies for your clients, but manage risk around things such as their estate planning affairs as well. So once again, I invite you to join us for this upcoming session on SMSF trust deed updates with the superannuation reforms. Tuesday, the 14th of March, 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So that's Melbourne and Sydney time. I look forward to seeing you then.